Hello, Bill Molyneux here with Bill's History World with Goober the Traveling Bear. And here we have Uncle Buck and Goober as we are about to enter the visitor center for the Hampton Mansion historic site. When you enter the visitor center, you obtain your tickets, which are free of charge to visit the mansion. You're greeted by a wonderful park ranger. This is Miss Emily. I've met her a couple times now. A fantastic park ranger, very knowledgeable. And they also have a gift shop with many items for sale, books, t-shirts, and hats. Just fantastic. I also have to say Miss Emily had a sense of humor and had a picture with Goober.
Well, howdy, good morning. It's the last weekday of 2023. We're at the Hampton Mansion in Maryland. This is an absolutely spectacular view and one of the prettiest winter days I've ever seen.
All right, well, we're going to tour the Hampton Mansion. Thank you, Uncle Buck. Well, just get a little bit of the Christmas decorations. My last video was summertime, so this is our winter edition. Well, everyone, we're going to get ready to go in and do our tour. This video is the Christmas tour of the Hampton Mansion, and Uncle Buck is with me. I've lost Goober the Oh, there's Goober the Traveling Bear there. All right, everyone. Laugh, life is short. We try to have a little humor in our history videos. The Hampton Mansion at wintertime is fantastic, and so isn't the staff. All right, well, we're going to go up to the entrance area, which is right there.
We're going to start our tour in the Great Hall. When we get to the Great Hall, we're going to walk right through the music room. We're going to come back through the music room, so try to not see what you're seeing when you're waiting.
This is the laundry room. This is the entrance area where you are first greeted when you come in. Now we're going up to the Great Hall.
Oh my, oh look at this. Oh my.
This is what we came for, Christmas at the Hampton Mansion.
Tongue-in-cheek gave us the best unknown tour in all of the county, so I hope you'll be a little more interested when we finish. We're going to talk about this house and the family. Well, while we got interrupted, that clock is right there. It's working. If it doesn't say 11 on your watch, I'm betting on that clock. It's been in the house since 1790, so that's just to give you a sense of it. It's always been working.
That is good.
We're going to learn about the family that built the house, how the house came to be, and we're going to follow that family through 6 generations living in this family. And in the process, I want to learn a lot about some American history that you cross over in a couple places that you'll be maybe surprised about. So it's an interesting story. So let me get started. The family name is originally, I think is all you might know. They come to America in the late 1600s. They're entrepreneurs. Their intentions are to be in some kind of business. We pick up the story around 1730. By 1730, the patriarch in the family is Captain Charles Risley. Don't know who he's captain of, but he's captain. He went by. He was the by that time he's accumulated enough money to purchase about 1,000 acres here in Baltimore County. They're roughly where the house is going to be, but the house is not here at that point in time. His intention, or he thinks, is he's going to be able to grow cotton and tobacco here, but unfortunately it doesn't grow at this latitude very well. And he ends up with basically a large farm. He was wheat crops and cattle and stuff like that. But he still has the entrepreneurial spirit. Well, and as luck would have it, around 1740, iron ore gets discovered in Baltimore County. Strange as that sounds, he sees this as an opportunity to get into another business. He buys about 100 acres of property just north of here that has iron ore on it, and he goes into the business of mining out the iron ore, melting it down, or smelting it down, and making iron ingots that he trades with Great Britain, and making iron products like skillets and Dutch ovens that he sells to the colonists. As you might imagine, that becomes the core of up his wealth for the rest of the story. And so we'll keep moving with that. And I mentioned that there's some intersections in this process where we see the originally family interacting with American history. So let me move to the first stop on American history, I guess, and that's 1776 when the Revolution breaks out. Well, when the Revolution breaks out, one of his primary customers was Great Britain. Well, he loses his customers in Great Britain because now he's a patriot and he's not going to sell them his iron. Luck would also have it, he's got all this iron making capability and no customer. He becomes one of the primary suppliers of cannons and cannonballs to the American Revolution. And the other interesting twist to that whole story is the Revolution doesn't have any money, so they pay him with IOUs, which you wouldn't think you'd take an IOU from the government in a case like that. But it turns out to be a good thing. So as the war comes to an end, he's able to use those IOUs to purchase property from the revolutionary government that had been confiscated from British citizens who went back to Great Britain during the war. So for those IOUs, he gets 20,000 acres of property. If you wonder how much that might be, maybe a rough guess on it, it's about from Interstate 83 to Interstate 95, and from about the city line all the way out to Lockridge Reservoir. It makes him instantly one of the largest landholders in America, and on his way to becoming a very wealthy guy. And then also, so that's about where we're at in that 1783, and it happens to be August in this little scenario, and it's 100% humidity, and it's 100 degrees of temperature. And Charles and his wife Rebecca, they have a nice little townhouse in downtown Baltimore, and it's a Sunday afternoon, and they're sitting looking at the harbor, and Rebecca says, Charles, we got all that nice property in the county, and we're sweating our butts off down here. Why don't we do something about it? And we use it. So he agrees, and they decide to build a house. This is the house they built. Construction starts in 1783. It was finished in 1790. When it was finished in 1790, it was considered by some as the largest residential house in America. Its style is Georgian. It's called a 5-block Georgian style. What makes it 5 blocks is there actually there were 5 components to it. You guys, when you were looking at the music exhibits, that was block 1. The room that connects block 1 to the main house is block 2. The house is considered block 3. Reverse is going the other way. There's another hyphen, which is block 4. And the last building down is block 5, which is the kitchen. And you might be wondering how the kitchen is connected to the house. In those days, they used fire for cooking food. It would have been dangerous otherwise. Well, one of the features of this house is it's made entirely of stone. There was mined on from the property, and then from the foundation to the top of the roof, it's all stone. The walls really are this thick, and on the first floor, the walls are the same thickness as the foundation because it supports the second floor. It's about this much rock, and then on the outside, it's about 4 or 5 inches of stucco. On the inside, it's about 3 or 4 inches of plaster. The house has never been on fire. It's never been burned down. It's never been damaged in any way. There's only been one modification to the house, the whole house that's happened since it's been built. And I'll show you that when we get around to that part of the house.
Well, here we are at the Great Hall, and it is a big hall. Now, this video is different than my other video. Is the house is decorated for Christmas. Well, that's a pretty cool room. Well, this room here is decorated with kids' toys. We have our very neat, the Wrigley Mansion here, Hampton Mansion decorated for Christmas. The peacock and swan shades are very nice. The artwork at the Wrigley Mansion is incredible. This room is spectacular. Decorated for Christmas. Just amazing. We got gifts down here. And of course the stag heads are everywhere. A beautiful harp. Again, our window shades are painted. And we'll close out with the Christmas gifts under the tree. And I guess I should hit the chandelier. Just stunning. Well, the stairwells going up is all decorated. And I just want to give you a view of how far that goes up. This is the butler's area. And those bells would tell you where to bring the food or what area needed to have a servant come to them. Now the kitchen for the Wrigley Mansion has a couple really interesting features. And the one I want to point out is the bricks. So, because the enslaved or servants, depending what time period we're in, they walked along the bricks. And it caused them to actually, they're a trough or a trench. The same with here. You can't really tell, but the bricks are worn down from people standing on them constantly. I just wanted to point that out about the kitchen. All right. Here's a wide view of the kitchen. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the interesting aspects of this kitchen. And just another Well, here we are now in the main dining room and set for a Christmas feast. Just incredible. Now, something I need to point out is the vast amount of citrus fruit. The lemons and oranges came from the greenhouse that's right behind the mansion. A large amount of spirits, desserts, and just a stunning room. That door there is where the servants or enslaved would bring in the food to serve the Wrigleys and their guests. The dessert table is incredible. Okay. And well, this living room area was decorated for the Christmas holiday, and it was just stunning to see. The tree was out, Christmas gifts, a sleigh. Now, in this time period, it wasn't overdone. We're not quite into the over the top, but it sure was amazing. It was great to see Hampton Mansion decorated for Christmas. Well, we did the tour of the Ridley Mansion, Hampton Mansion, December 29th, 2023. Our tour guide was incredible. And stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and thank you for watching, and please subscribe.